There was a momentum among different scientists all over the world, and we thought that it was time to organize a Xenobiology conference. Biologists now are like navigators in the Renaissance because we don't know enough, but we can move away from the natural world and try to reach virtual continents of life, so to speak. So Christopher Columbus appeared as the icon for organizing this first Xenobiology conference. And where was Columbus born? He was born in Genova, and that's where we are.
We wanted to bring together some of the most important scientists working in the area of xenobiology. So this is kind of an inaugural conference. Xenobiology, the xeno stands for something foreign, there's something that is unknown, and biology is the science of life. So here the idea is to create a design and make in the laboratory forms of life that are not known from nature. So it's life as we don't know it.
Evolution is a tinker. It tends to build on what has come before and try to fix it. So it's not something that is, works by design, but rather by, keep adding to existing structures and modifying them step by step.
When you have a working solution, it's like in technology, it's like in daily life. You become very reluctant to changing that. Most biologists will tell you that nature has tried everything that was possible. But it turns out that that's probably not the case.
One of the key things I think that xenobiology will tell us about is if the chemistry of life is in some way special, functionally privileged, superior to other chemistries that we might think of, or if life sort of arose in an opportunistic way, making use of the building blocks that were available and building on that. So I think that is a truly fundamental question in biology to understand that.
Post-natural history basically picks up where natural history museums leave off. So that is to say, these are living organisms that have been intentionally shaped by human culture over time through domestication, selective breeding, genetic engineering, and even xenobiology. So behind us we have a small version of the museum. This is traveling around Europe. It's one of two traveling museums that we have. And this one includes genetically modified chestnut tree, domesticated dogs, corn, and a particular kind of E. coli that has possibly gone extinct since the 1970s. Our most popular exhibit currently would be our BioSteel goat. This is a genetically modified goat that produces spider silk in its milk and came from a lab in Utah, and we have one of its skulls behind me in the exhibit case. It's very interesting for us to be here to kind of see what wings of the museum we may need to prepare for in the future.
Typically, the engineers or the designers or the scientists who do the research are not identical with the scientists who do risk assessment. And actually in emerging fields you see that they may be still identical, and this is a problem because then you get a conflict of interest. You need a sort of independent or a field in itself which differentiates itself from the producers of the technology.
I see my role in this organization of the conference as to ensure that right from the beginning the societal ethical issues are taken into account when developing this field, so that the field is developing in a responsible and conscious manner.
Governments have a role as a regulator, but very much more in emerging fields as a facilitator for discussions and networks with stakeholders to create environments where these stakeholders can take up responsibility for their roles in the innovation process.
People come from different continents, they come from different culture, they come from different, I would say, scientific fashions, and there is a spirit building up, and this is really a great satisfaction for us all.
I've seen that there are several new interactions that are going to form now, so I think that was really a good occasion for people to see what other people are doing and to pick out potential collaborators.
It is a matter of having alternatives and growing other trees of life. And in a way, it is a discipline for modest creators, not for Mabuse of biotechnology.
You cannot send a risk assessor on the ship of an explorer, then this would jeopardize the exploration, I think. But you could accompany the ship with an assessor, so maybe you should have 2 ships.
I think it is far too early to fix the thinking, the directions, the navigation. We should just let people spontaneously go where their taste and intelligence tell them to go.